Hey guys, how you doing? It's Beth. Okay, so again, if everyone can just lean this way a little bit, because it looks like I have to go over here, and I don't know why. To see, so maybe I should do this. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just doing a quick video. I went to Joann's yesterday because I needed some more Mod Podge, and I realized there's a crap load of Mod Podge out there, like a lot. So this is, I'm doing a little tutorial. I'm just going to wait till everybody stops laughing because I have done a few in the past, and if you have seen them, you know that it's, like, really? Why is she doing that? But I'm going to anyway because this is a tutorial on decoupaging for the craft challenge, and that's me. And again, I'll just stop for a moment so anyone who wants to, stop laughing at me, that would be fine. If not, that's fine too. All right. Anyway, so I was thinking, you know what? It's very confusing for people who don't know, who don't do this like for a living or for like their main way of crafting. There's just a whole lot of different kinds of decoupage. So I'm going to show you what each of the ones are because unlike most normal people, I tend to overdo things. So when I get interested, I can't just deal with one bottle of Mod Podge. I have to get like every single one that's available. I really don't even know how to look at this camera. Is that better if I look at the refrigerator? Okay, so I'm not going to look at me. I'm looking at my refrigerator right now, and the time is wrong because the clock has been broken for about, I don't know, 20 years. But it's like way up there, and who's going to go up there? Not me. Anyway, okay, so I wanted just to show you the different kinds so that if you do decide you want to do some Mod Podging, you'll know what you want to get. You don't need to buy all of this stuff. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have seen videos where they literally take some glue and pour it with some water and make, the stuff you need for, like Mod Podge, for decoupaging. So that's, I just want to kind of show you. I want to tell you that I got a lot of great information from, her name is Patty, and she does Upcycle with Decoupage. Her YouTube name is, and I'll see, the first one is the person that I got these from, and I'll show that to you in a second too. But look at number 2. The name, are you seeing this backwards? Patioelf. Her name is Patty. If you just search decoupage, she'll come up. She's done every kind of decoupaging that's possible. I mean, on any kind of surface. And she actually wrote a book called Upcycle with Decoupaging, which I did not buy. If I had known about it, I would have. I bought a different book instead. Hold on one second, and I'll tell you what it is. It is called, I got this off of Amazon, Decoupage, a practical step-by-step guide. To be perfectly honest with you, it's a little beyond my abilities, but I did take pieces here and there. But really, if you want to do decoupaging, I would suggest checking out Patty's channel because she really does know what she's talking about, and she explains it in a way that we actually can understand it. The other thing I did want to mention is one thing that I have found. Originally what I was doing was I was putting the glue on and then putting the paper and hoping for the best, but it rips and stuff like that, and it's hard. It really is. What I found was, and I think it was Patty who actually suggested it, is you cut your pieces. So you can either do it like this, and she actually had different designs. I don't, only because these are going to be night lights, and when the light shines in, oh man, I should have brought a light. Well, you know what? I have other project shares, and when I do my next video, I'll show you what they look like when they're done. But you can like cut the tissue paper or thin paper, into strips and do, like a striped kind of a look. You can do it like this, or you can do like this, where I know you can't really tell, but when the light comes on, it shines through and you can see the design of the fairy. When you do enough Mod Podge on top, it eventually kind of smooths itself out. So when I first started, there's like a roller thing, there's the brush thing, there's some scraper thing, anything that said Mod Podge, I bought it. I'll be honest with you, don't even know where that stuff is because you really don't need to buy any of that stuff. I'm going to just tell you that right now, and I'm sorry, Mod Podge, but it's true. What I did find very helpful, though, is if you put down a very, very, very thin layer of the Mod Podge or glue, whatever you decide to use, very thin layer, put the tissue paper on, and then take water and very carefully pat it down, and that keeps it in place. And then you can put the Mod Podge on top. Number one rule: you have to be patient, and anybody who knows me knows that is like the hardest thing for me ever, which is why I tend to do things like in bulk, because while one is drying, then I'm working on another one, because you really need to let it dry before you do the next layer and the next layer and the next layer. If you kind of skip any steps, it won't come out right. It'll end up coming out really crappy. And I know that also from experience. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the different Mod Podges that are out there, so you can decide, depending on what you want to do, whether or not you actually need that type or not. So the first two I'm going to show you, this one is called Super Gloss, and it's a blue label. It's a blue label, and it says Super Gloss. I'm going to fold this so that it'll make it easier. So Super Gloss looks like this. It's really nice. It's a very nice covering after you're done, putting all your stuff on and Mod Podging. Then you put this as a final layer. It's very glossy and it's really nice. This side here is this, which is called Hard Coat. It's a purple label, Hard Coat. And that's what this looks like. Now I'm going to be honest with you. Don't see why it's called Hard Coat, because it's not hard. It doesn't do anything. And it's not like it shines or anything. There must be a reason. And probably if I read it really hard, use on wood, paper mache, glass, terracotta, hard finish for furniture. Hard finish for furniture. So this is a hard coat, sealer, glue, and finish. I won't buy this again. I don't need to, but I don't even know when I'll use it, to be honest with you. Because I really like, other things. Because you can get the spray varnishes and sealers and stuff, and they're a lot less expensive than this, which is $8.99. But anyway, this is the hard coat, and that's what it looks like. This is the blue coat. This one's the Super Gloss, and I really do love that. This one's almost done, and I have another bottle. Thank God that I'm almost done with too, because I really do love this one. All right. The next one, which again, it's sort of okay, I suppose, is this one is called Pearl. And it is really pretty. This one is in a white label and it says Pearl. And you can see it kind of shimmers a little bit. I did on my fairy jars, which I'm working on, this is what it looks like on the jar. So it's really pretty. If you want to cover glass but not make it so heavy that you can't, if you put a light in, you can't see out or in. I think the pearl is really pretty. I really do like that. And that's what that looks like. So that's a white label, that's Pearl. And that's more of a, as you can see, like a paint. It's not like a clear. This one here is called Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. This one, to be honest with you, to me, does the same thing as the super glossy. I don't see a difference. But they suggest that you use this one if you're going to do like the dominoes or, things like that. So I would suggest one or the other. You don't need to buy both of them. Either the dimensional or the super gloss. Sorry, this one does tend to run away from me, so you have to be careful on that. But one coat gloss finish, and this one says adds dimension. I don't see really the difference, but there you go. So that's my own personal opinion, because look at how small this bottle is and how much more you get here, and it's like the same price. Go figure. So that is the pearl and then the dimensional. The other one also, it's really, I guess, your preference. This one is the pink label, and it's sparkle, and this is what it looks like. So you can see it's glossy, it shines, and then there's also like that glitter. Okay, so that is the sparkle. And then we have extreme glitter. Extreme glitter. And that's what that is. So let me show you the difference. Anybody? Does anybody see a difference? I see a little bit more glitter on the extreme glitter, but honestly, I like the sparkle better, only because it's not quite as, it really is pretty much the same. But you can add like stickles and stuff, let it dry, and then put this on if you want extreme glitter. You don't need to buy two different ones. You don't need the sparkle and the extreme glitter, to be honest with you. You can just choose, personally I would choose the sparkle, only because then, you can add more if you want. You can't take it away once it's on if it's the extreme. So you can see it's really the same thing. So personally, I won't get the extreme glitter again, but I'll go through sparkle like it's nobody's business. So those are those. And then finally, there is the gloss, which I think everybody knows and sees. And this one is really weird because I'll show you in a second. So anyway, this one is the gloss, which is your basic, you're doing a decoupage project and you need to get the stuff on. Then you can add stickles, you can add glossy accents, you can do anything you want. Make sure that between every coat that it dries. That's the thing that's important, is you really do need to be patient with this stuff and let it dry. So this is the this is gloss, and it looks like there's like some sparkles on it, but it might be that I didn't clean the brush well enough. That's probably what it is. So disregard if you see any sparkles, because I don't think it. I think it just is the. I really didn't clean the brush well, did I? Anyway, this is called Matte Antique. This is called Matte Antique. And this one is a brown label. And that's what this looks like. Now, I don't know. Does anybody see a difference, really, other than the fact there's, like, brush strokes? It doesn't look that antique-y to me. It pretty much looks the same. So I think if you're looking to get like an antique kind of a look, I would do it either with inks or with stickles or with, some other means other than using this, because this is really not going to make much of a difference. So this is like your basic, Mod Podge. But then the others do the effects. So in my opinion, if you're going to do decoupaging and you don't have a whole lot of money to spend on the 50 million kinds of Mod Podge, things there are out there, if you go with your basic like this for the bottom, like just to put the stuff on, very, very thin layer, remember, you can, and this stuff is, so much cheaper. And then this, if you want super glossy, and this if you want some sparkle on it. So these are the ones, really the only ones that you really do need, depending on the project. The others, and the pearl, I guess, again, it depends on what you're doing with it. The pearl is really pretty, actually, but again, it depends on what you're going to do with it. So, but as far as like the antique matte, the extreme glitter, and this hard coat, you don't really need to do anything with those. You really don't. I'm just saying. So anyway, like I said, the thing to remember, just a few tips. Number one, you want to take your time. So you want to make it a very, 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 very thin layer. Put your tissue paper or napkin or whatever it is you want to do. You put it on there. Use water. And I just use these cheap sponges. I mean, they have all kinds of sponges out there. Again, you don't really need it because it all makes, you know, it's all going to come out the same anyway, to be honest with you. And I have tried all kinds of things. But you use water, and you're very careful so that you don't tear the napkin or anything. And you just very carefully, like this, push down on your tissue paper or napkin. Do it bit by bit, piece by piece. Instead of doing what I did at the beginning and trying to put a huge piece on at once, which just gets everything all messed up. You're better off doing it little pieces at a time. Again, very thin layer, the napkin or the tissue, using water to push it down, wait till that dries, and then add your top coat, whatever it's going to be, and do it a few times. The more you do it, the less of a, see, I like this look for what I'm doing because I add glitter and stuff to it. I haven't on this one yet, but I will. But you can see it eventually sort of just kind of smooths itself out if you do enough layers. So if you take your time, if you're willing to wait and let it dry and do it again, then you can really get a nice effect. And also, like I said, if you cut strips and just do, you know, you can do like design, you know, however you want to do it, and you'll get that kind of an effect. And then what I have is, I don't think I have any in here. The other thing, oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to also tell you, just as a not for nothing kind of a thing, if you get those styrofoam things, I'm going to reglue this. You know, what I had gotten were the balls, and they're kind of expensive, but I was cutting them in half and then gluing them to the bottom of the bottle, and then covering with grass first, and then putting them at the bottom. But then I went to Joann's, and they just had a big, huge, like, block, like not that thick, you know, like this thick. You're not really going to see it once it's in there and you start putting things into it, but it's enough so that it holds everything in. You just take pieces and glue it to the bottom. Hey babe, I'm doing a quick video, okay? Anyway, just cover it with grass, glue it with hot glue or something at the bottom, and then you can put whatever you want inside. So you don't need to go and buy all those, you know, the balls kind of thing. Sorry. I went down a very bad road there for a moment, but I'm back. The other thing I wanted just to mention, quick, is I've never done this, the digital art stuff, but now that I figured out how to do it, I really love it. And I love this particular website. It's Lisa's Altered Art, and it's on Etsy. But if you type in www.lisasalteredart, all one word, she has just an amazing collection, or there's just so many different kinds of sayings and pictures and things like that. Since I'm really only doing fairies, I was only looking for fairy ones, but they're so funny, some of them. I just wanted to show you some of the ones that I have. I'm making magnets out of these. And then I got the other ones, which I'm going to be using dominoes to make keychains. But like, for example, this one says, this is the diet fairy. I had to go on 2 diets because one wasn't giving me enough food. I love that. And this one is nutrition fairy. Now see, this is the glitter. You can see extreme glitter. They say you are what you eat. I'm going to start eating skinny people. I think that's so funny. Okay, this one is called Nag Fairy. Ladies, if he says he will fix it, he will. You don't need to remind him every 6 months. And then this one is called Reckless Fairy. I know my limits. I don't pay any attention to them, but I know them. And then I just got these actually. Any friend of wine is a friend of mine. And this one is get out the toolbox. We're about to get hammered. Friends don't let friends whine alone. Cracks me up. And she's got the funniest people on there. I think because they remind me of me a little bit, but I just, I feel the connection to these people. Anyway, we go together like drunk and disorderly. So funny. Anyway, so if you want to check out her website, she does have quite a few, and they're really inexpensive. They're like $1 or $2, but you can put them on keychains and make magnets or do whatever, and they're lots of fun. So I think, is there anything else I need to tell you about Mod Podge and decoupaging? I don't think so. I do have some project shares, and I have hauls, and I have some packages, but my girls, as you may or may not know, are going to Europe. They're leaving on Monday. Emily's on her way home now. It's a Saturday, and Rachel's coming in tomorrow, and we got to get them all packed up. They believe that they're going to be able to do a backpack apiece, and that's it for a whole month. However, knowing my daughters, I think they'll need a backpack just for the toiletries. So I don't know what they're going to do. But you know what? It's not me. I don't care. So I think that's it. I hope this helps at all. It's just that because there's so many different kinds, instead of having to spend a lot of money and not know exactly what you're getting, I'm hoping that this helps, at least somebody out there who wants to try some decoupaging. And I think that's everything for now. All right, I miss you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. And hi, Corey, and hi, Marcus and Max, too. My nephews, Marcus and Max, and my dear friend, Corey, who's my daughter Rachel's best friend, and he's just great. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. Am I looking at you now? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, and thanks, guys, so much, really. I love you all. I hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you very shortly. I probably won't get to the video until Monday after they're gone, but I have a lot to show you. I got a big box from Nat, who's my Nashka on YouTube here, and she's like the most amazing artist ever. And from Chris Gianni, who I haven't heard from in forever. I'm so excited. And from my friend Susan Bibber and Karen Sue. Yep, Scrappy K Sue Scrappy K Sue. I don't know why I said Scrappy K Sue 523. Who's that? Does that Sue? You know what? I don't know. I'm not getting involved because now you think I'm really crazy. All right. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys. See ya. Bye.